We are live! We're talking about kale. So if you've never come across kale before, that's what it looks like. And it is delicious. Now, you can get it actually on the sort of stems and you have to strip the leaves back from it because the actual stalks are quite fibrous. However, don't throw them away. If you're getting kale yourself from the allotment or whatever you're doing, get it, strip off all the leaves, but chop the stalks up really fine. They're great in stir fries, etc. So please don't waste them. Now, I'm going to show you two dishes today with kale. We get this in quite a bit, and this goes out to our wonderful community partners, the charities, the cooks, etc. Often you'll get kale and you'll boil it or you'll steam it and you maybe serve it with your Sunday dinner, but it's so much more than that, yeah? So I'm going to show you two recipes today using this wonderful ingredient. Also, these will work as equally well with things like cavallonero, which is one of my favourites. It's basically like black kale, really, really nice, used a lot in Italian cookery. So the first thing I want to show you is a nice little side dish, which will go lovely with meat and go with fish. And what we're going to do is we're just going to pop on a pan. So I'm using a wok here. You can use a frying pan for this dish as well. There's only a few little ingredients, nice and simple, and then when that's cooking, I'm going to show you a lovely little snack recipe. Nice quick session for you today. We're starting off with some olive oil. So into a pan on a medium heat, we're just going to add in some olive oil and just get that round the pan like so. So if you put it into a warm pan, it'll all go and disperse around the pan, and that way you're not tempted to pour more oil in, yeah? And then into here, I've got some sliced garlic, okay? Now you can finely chop this if you want. I'm a really big fan of garlic, but just slice it up and into your pan goes the garlic. Now, you don't want to burn garlic because if you burn it, it becomes bitter, it's not nice, you'll sort of have to start again. So start your pan off on a low to medium heat, yeah? Give it a little tickle around the pan so that you get it covered in oil. And you'll see it'll just start soon to go a little bit golden. Now, we've got our oil in, and the next thing we're going to add in is some dried chilli flakes. So have a little look there, Georgina. For our friends on Facebook, you can use fresh chilli as well. Just go steady on it if you want to remove it. We've talked about this on previous lives. If you want to remove all the heat, take the membrane and the seeds out. But we're just going to use some dried chilli flakes. Pop them in. Now you don't have to use chilli at all, so you can leave it out if you don't want to. But adds a nice little bit of a kick. Give it a little stir around, get it all mixed in. So you can have a little look in there. Wonderful. Yeah, and it's starting to smell really, really nice as well. So I'm just going to turn it up slightly. Now that that's in there. So, kale, it's really good for you. It looks great, tastes great. It's full of vitamins, so you've got vitamin A in there. So vitamin A, it's good for the eyes, it's good for the bones. It's also got vitamin C, and that's obviously good for the immune system. It's got vitamin K, it's basically packed with vitamins and minerals, so it's a win-win situation. So try and embrace the kale. If it's coming out to you, have a look online. There's loads of ideas you can use kale for. This, of course, being one of them. So that there, Georgina, is just starting to go a little bit golden now. Smelling good? Excellent. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add in my kale. Now, there's quite a lot in here. I've washed it. When you get it, you'll get it in bags probably. If you're not getting it on the stalk from your allotments or what have you, you get it in bags that'll say wash it. Give it a wash, but we need it to be dry, okay? So I've actually spun this in a salad spinner. But once you've washed it, you can do it in a colander and just leave it to dry out naturally. Or clean tea towel, kitchen paper, whatever, pat it dry, yeah? So in with a handful of kale. Now, if you've ever cooked with spinach, you will know, that will go in. If you've ever cooked with spinach, you'll know it starts off massive and then there's hardly anything of it left at the end, yeah? It's going to be similar with this, it's just going to sort of wilt down. So all I'm going to do to help it on its way is I'm going to add a little splash of water. Okay? Give that a little stir around. And it's going to take about 5 minutes to cook down, wilt down, yeah? And as I say, this would be lovely as a little side dish served alongside some grilled meats or a nice bit of fish. We're coming into barbecue season now as well. There's no reason why you couldn't do this to go alongside some of the meats on the barbecue. Great way of using up the kale that you're getting. And as I say, it's a win-win because it's packed full of vitamins and minerals, so it's good for you. And we like that, don't we, Georgina?
We do.
Okay, so that is cooking down nicely now. So I'm just going to leave that to tick away and keep one eye on it. Now, the next thing I want to show you is Kale Crisps. Okay, if you've never tried making Kale Crisps before, tune in because you're going to love this, yeah? So straightforward to do. It's a lovely snack. So put away your Walkers, whatever other brands are available, put all that away, yeah? And basically get involved with these because you've got your bag left, you've maybe done this as a side dish, you've got some left over. This is a fantastic way of using up the rest of the kale. So off we go again. We've got another bowl of kale. Again, it's been washed and you must make sure it is dry, okay? I've got myself a roasting tin and the oven is preheated round about 140 to 160 degrees, yeah? Pop in the kale into your roasting tray. Couldn't be simpler this, and it's a great little snack. So you want to put it in the middle of the table when you've got friends round, if you're having a little drink over the summer, or in your garden. It's a nice alternative. Just give that a stir. Okay, so the kale's in there. Again, any sort of big stalks and all that, you can just chop down. You just really want the leaves and we want them nice and dry. Okay, next thing here, we're going to add a little lug of olive oil, and you don't need a lot. Okay, and then we're going to add a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper. Now at that stage there, that'll be fine now. You can just mix it with your hand so it's all coated in the oil, and you can basically pop it, I'll just show you, you can pop that in the oven. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes, okay? And you're going to get lovely crispy kale. However, you can get experimental with it. So, you turn that one down, that's nearly done. So when you've got your salt and pepper on, think about other flavours you can use. So I'm going to get some smoked paprika and I'm going to sprinkle that on. But you could try all sorts. So you could try a little bit of cumin, or you could try some curry powder, and you're going to start to get flavoured crisps there. Alright? So we'll give it a little mix up with our gloved hand, like so. Get all that flavour in, and that there is the kale ready to go into the oven. Yeah? So about 10 to 15 minutes, 140 to 160 degrees, just keep an eye on the oven, and that is going to crisp up nice and lovely. Now we'll shoot Blue Peter style, because we're running short on time today. Here are some I made earlier. Now, have a listen. And you hear that, yeah? Look at that. Lovely little snack. Georgina, can you just testify, because you had a little bit of this when you came in the room, what did you think of it?
It was beautiful, really, really nice.
And I don't even pay her to say that, yeah? So, that is your Kale Crisps. That'll go in the oven. Lovely little snack on the table. So let's have a little look back at our side dish now. Have a look, see how much of that kale has wilted down there. It's still retaining that lovely green colour, yeah? And that's nice and important, so we've got that. So to finish this off, same again, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Give it a mix. You could even, and this is a nice Jamie Oliver recipe, this one, add a little bit of runny honey on as well. That would be nice and tasty. But a very, very quick and simple little side dish that utilises kale. It's an ingredient we often get in surplus food. Pop it in here. Turn him off, stop them beeping. For those of you on Facebook and Insta, if you've not checked out our YouTube channel, have a little look on there as well. There's loads of recipes, loads of ideas, lots of little hints and tips on there. So get involved with that. If you've liked what you've seen, of course, tell your friends, give us a thumbs up. Have a try. If you're trying these either at home or in your community, send us pictures. We love pictures, don't we, Georgina?
We do. We've got a couple of comments already saying that they're going to be trying the crisps afterwards. So
Fantastic. You've got to. Absolutely amazing. So there you go. We've got nice crispy kale crisps, yeah, and a lovely little garlic chili kale side dish. All right. So what else can you do with the kale? Very quickly. That smells amazing. Look how green it is as well. Look at that. Look how green that is, Georgina.
I wish they had smell-o-vision because that would be amazing.
It would. It would. That will be coming soon. Right. Now, kale. Use it in soups, use it in stews. You can make kale pesto. Okay, you can do all sorts with it. These crisps here, as well as a little snack. You ever had like crispy seaweed from the Chinese? Yeah, it's a bit like that. Okay, so basically what you can do with this as well is, I like to let it dry out once it's crisp, scrunch it all up, and it's like a little seasoning, a little powder, because you've got your salt and your pepper on there. Then put it over like rice dishes and stuff, goes really well. Noodle dishes, so use it as a little seasoning. You've got a bit of texture, a bit of crispness there as well. What else can you do? Add it to mashed potato, chop up your kale really finely, cook it down, add it to mash. So if you think like colcannon when you do that with spring onion, try it with kale. Smoothies, who would like a kale smoothie? I'll have a try with a kale smoothie. Think the greenness, the goodness in there. Kale hash as well, so sausage, you cook off some sausages, cook off some kale, do it as like a little hash with some potatoes in there as well, frittatas, and even kale at home, I'll chop it up and I'll add it in when I'm doing stir fries, etc. So that's it, quick 10 minutes there. We've got two dishes. We've got a lovely side dish to go with fish and meats, and lovely crispy kale crisps as well. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Pleasure as always. Thank you ever so much for joining with this Friday. Please stay safe, look after each other, and we'll do it all again in a couple of weeks' time. See you later.